We're only a couple of weeks away now from Melbourne Cup Day and, of course, the next Reserve Bank meeting. Now, over the last half dozen years or so, there have been some synergies between Melbourne Cup Day and the cash rate movement. Now, November is an important month for the Reserve Bank. As we know, it is very important for them to set the tone just before the retail period before Christmas. However, let's have a look at the history over the last few years. In November 2008, they dropped the cash rate by 75 points to 5.25%. In 2009, it went up 25 basis points to 3.5%. In November 10, they went up again 25 basis points with a cash rate at 4.75%. In November 11, it went down 25 basis points, leaving the cash rate at 4.5%. In November 2012, we saw a change. There was no movement with a cash rate at 3.25%. And in November 2013, I'm predicting no cash rate movement, leaving the cash rate at 2.5%. Now, personally, I don't see the cash rate moving this November. Based on some of the comments that the RBA have made over the last couple of months, they seem to be pretty comfortable with where things are at the moment. So last year and this year, my prediction is no cash rate movement. That doesn't mean to say that they've taken their eye off the property market. Let's just have a look at some of these auction clearance rates. The most recent data for auction clearance results on the 19th of October had Sydney at 79.9%, Melbourne at 72.4%. Then there's a big drop, Adelaide 56.7% and Brisbane at 37%. And the data for the week before on the 12th of October shows Sydney coming in at 81%, Melbourne at 72.6%, again a consistent drop, Adelaide at 53.5% and Brisbane at 44.2%. So as you can see from those results, Sydney and Melbourne, they're performing consistently well. In fact, over the last 2 months, they've been hovering around that 80% mark. The other capital cities, well, they're lagging behind. And you can see why it's so difficult to get that monetary policy just right for the RBA. But in my opinion, we're not going to see any interest rate movements until possibly the first quarter of next year. I'm Iggy Damiani. I'll see you next week.